Guys, we are back again for more Suzerain Saturday. So we will be continuing on with the Oni that we started last week, and I covered up my red grass magnet. So don't mind the eyeball. He's my new friend. Hopefully he's not too distracting. He shouldn't be. So, I've still got some stuff to do. So, base, some details on his face. We've got to do this wristband, horns, and his weapon. So let's have a look-see. And I think we'll start with his horns, because I know what I'm going to do with those. So I'm going to start with some beach sand. I'll pop that. And we'll base coat his horns in beach sand. I also now have some of my commands up in the top right. Woo! You can also use the commands I have in the title as well for Suzerain specific stuff. After all, that is what we are here for this Saturday. Hey, Deck Knight. How you doing? It just makes it easier, I think, if they're up there. I have a new command for mods as well. I'm pretty good, thank you. I think I set it up right. Just give me a second, I'll have a quick look. Probably done it wrong. Yep, I've done it wrong. Hang on. There we go. Fixed it. But yeah, I'm not too bad. Bit tired. I had some trouble with my knee this morning. Fortunately, that seems to have cleared up. So. Which is always nice. Bit of warmth and some light exercise did the trick. For now. But yeah, I have a new command now, so for moderators, it's exclamation AOMD. And that will provide all the links for Mike Disney. Woo! Finally got around to doing it. There we go, being all things and stuff. We'll go with a whitish cloth down here as well, I think. I think we'll shade it with blue. What do you reckon? Excellent. I'm pleased that you like my idea to shade with blue. Sorry, I have managed to pick up a blocked bottle again. Should be a little more opaque now, so it won't take as many layers, because otherwise that's going to take quite a while to cover. But I have a new friend on my desk tonight. I finally got around to using my Overgod sticker. Woo! So now he's my central point. He's covering my rather dull red grass metal plate for the magnet in the bottom of the handle. So it's quite weird because he sort of snaps into place. And it picks up tweezers, paper clips. I can't get it off now. It's handy if you've lost bits of metal on your desk. It's like, it's multifunctional. Also nice to have the overboard set on my desk. Can't imagine it will last long before it starts getting worn from constantly having the handle placed on it, but still, we shall see how long it lasts. Okay. It does go down a little bit lower on the front here. Right, we'll do the base. I'm not sure what theme to give the base of the Oni. Any thoughts? I feel like he needs quite a high contrast base. I think I might start with some dark slate blue for the base. Maybe I should give him a green base, a fairly greenish base. What have I got? I have that mix, and I have not that one. We could go with that one. We could go with this mix that I have. Because it's got these sort of beigey coloured stones in. I think that would contrast quite well with him. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one. I know what colour to do the base then, you see. Put that one back. Hey, it's the Ladande. How you doing? Miffed? Oh no. Oh no. How do you mean messed it up? In what way? It's quite hard to mess up a mini in my opinion, but that's my opinion. Was trying to blend this cloth and it looks a bit bulked to me. It's probably not that bad. If you think the blends are bad, try stippling on an extreme highlight or a contrast. Because if you stipple it on, it'll draw your eye away from the blends and it'll add some extra texture to the fabric. Rather than trying to fix the blending if you think it's that bad and you're concerned that it's just going to get worse. Share a picture. Let me see. Well, that's fair. I do it too. I have a mini in my stash of part painted minis that I can't get into painting. I don't even know what it is. I've barely done anything with her and I just don't want to paint her. I don't know why. I'm just not happy with her. Like I say, I've barely done anything to her, but them's the breaks sometimes. Get tea and maybe a biscuit. Yes. Tea and a biscuit. Zombie and I have discovered that biscuits are actually a form of first aid. So, you know, if you feel wounded by your mess up, is it not Instagram? Thought you'd be sharing an Instagram the damn day. Let's have a look. Okay. So which part do you feel you've messed up? Upper or lower? Because it looks good to me. The part above the knee. It looks fine. I don't understand why you feel you've messed that up. You could take it a step further and add in an even more desaturated tone. Like dry brush it along the edge and it'll look weathered. It looks fine. I even zoomed in. It looks fine. I don't know what you're complaining about. But yeah, add a dry brush of something really light along the edge. And you can have very desaturated, weathered looking cloth. I mean, you pretty much just have to do that along the edge. And it'll... I mean, this is not a good example because it's wet, but... You know, but I've done that here. It's along the edge of this cloth. I just dry brushed that in. To get that effect. And it looks weathered and tired and like it's faded a little. I'm going to add a little bit up the middle as well, where the folds are. It's a bit tricky doing it on the folds because, well, it's not always going to fold the same. But no, I think it looks good. I wouldn't say I'm sweet. I'm just, you know, it does. It looks good. There's nothing wrong with what you've done. At all. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy with it, that's the bit that matters. Really. But yeah, you could try dry brushing, or you could try a thin green glaze over the whole thing. That will smooth out the blends a little bit more. I don't know what brand of paint you're using. Yeah. Yeah, mid-tone. But if you go fairly thin with the glaze, you can apply, you know, another one if it's not quite right, that kind of thing. You can build it up. Make sure it's fully dry. Don't go glazing on your wet glazers, dude. Yeah, well. Do not let that be something your previous experiences are, although useful and helpful, treat every single mini like it's the first time you've painted a miniature. Because if you spend your time going, oh, I should be able to do this because I've done this before, you're going to constantly be tripping yourself up. Because at the end of the day, yes, you may have done, blending cloth before, but you've not necessarily done it on that shape, in that style, with that colour. It just gets complicated. So yeah, you can take away some core skills, but every mini is its own little canvas. And doesn't matter how well you paint, there'll be some minis you end up painting better than others for reasons. I don't know, maybe because you enjoyed painting it more. But I also find some of the sculpts tend to affect how well you can paint them. Hang on. If I can type it. Because I think the zombie's busy. There you go. I printed another one, by the way, Ladande. I think I've seen him. I think you've shown him before, somewhere. Because I remember the red patch of cloth that it was sewn on. Because that looks really cool. I can kind of see what you mean. But no, I still think it looks fine. I think the green looks fine. It's cloth. It's not supposed to be evenly coloured. It's textured and uneven, especially if it's old school dyed. So it looks fine. It looks really good. Yeah, you did do good on that one. And what do you think another one of? Look, it's another one. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna get you, Ladande. It knows what you're thinking. It knows what you're thinking. You are. I think you're just, beating yourself up unnecessarily. Stop it. It's gonna get you. It knows. It knows that you're being silly. Look, it has a face of knowing. It also ended up with because there's still bits of support there. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna have spare tentacles. I could put tentacles on it, Ladande. Wait, where are my tentacles? And maybe eye stalks. What do you think, Ladande? Do you think I should give it eye stalks? And some of the spare tentacles. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. It's adorable. Things with tentacles are adorable. Yeah, I think some tentacles. It could have tentacles. I don't think it needs eye stalks. I think eye stalks might be going a bit too far. It's not... Oh, I was just going to say it's not big enough, but I wonder if I could enlarge it. Like, print out an even bigger one, Ladande, and give that one tentacles. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Thanks, Ladande. It's not. It's a brilliant idea. They'll probably print out awfully on account of it being so uncomfortable to look at. I'm going to send you tons of pictures of it, I think. Maybe I'll paint it up, photograph it loads, and send you like an art print. All of the social media. Cancel your internet as well, just to be sure. Move house. It's gonna get you, Ladande. You wouldn't go that far. Are you sure? Because I reckon I could find you. I could track you down and I could start leaving them around your property. One day you'll go into work and there'll be one on your desk. I don't even know if you have a desk. That was the day the Ladande signed up to the Mars program. It's tempting. It is kind of tempting, Ladande. I mean, you know, also possibly hiring someone to track down, you know, your work address and your home address and places you frequent. And bribing people to be on my side with this. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not that. It's what Kickstarter was made for. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to kickstart this. The Trolling of Ladande. I mean, I'm not actually going to do this. Yeah, Zambies does. Yes. Perfect. Thanks for the tip, Ladande. I will absolutely recruit zombies. Ooh. It's almost like you're inviting this now, Ladande. Admit it. You kind of like it and you actually kind of want one. What exactly? I mean, how on earth would you manage to retaliate? What would you do that would be just as horrible nightmare fuel? Also, they might be able to ship it without a return address if it's within the US. I don't know. I have to provide you with an address if I ship it to you. Ugh. That. To be fair, Ladande, I don't think that's going to have as much impact on zombies as you might think. She does have children. Yeah. I say, I think zombies would just be like, what, you think this is, you know, serious? Or, I don't know, you think this is trolling me? I live with this every day. I have kids. crop duster. Surely... yes. Yep. Slow Tuesday. Definitely. The crop duster. I like the plan of the crop duster. That's quite funny. Don't send a crop duster of glitter over my house. I think Zambies might secretly be full of sparkles. I'm not sure how much of a secret it is, but... oh, that's so sweet of you. Not wanting to do it to Zombie. Oh. Now that's a bromance. I approve. Okay. If you think that posting it to me is going to bother me and that I would actually clear it up, I think you are sorely mistaken. Zombie knows. I'd just be like, woohoo, glitter everywhere. It's amazing. I'd be gathering it into little pots and then making all my miniatures out of glitter. Oh, yeah. I'm so tempted to coat a mini in glitter. Yep. That'd be amazing. I think that'd be awesome. You'd have to pick a nice hot day here, because then I'd have the windows open as well. Of course, between the 1st of December and the 8th of December will not be a nice hot day. You have to do it in the middle of summer, little dandy. That'll get me. That'll get me good. Bide your time. Be patient. I am. Why? Because it is not warm here today. It's been raining pretty much non-stop for the last week and a half and just getting progressively colder. I think winter's coming early. Yeah, I don't do that. I've kind of trained myself to know where my stuff is. My setup never changes these days, so... You kind of get used to it. The worst for me is when I'm using my wet palette and I use my palette at the back, I usually end up putting my hand in the paint at the front. That one's terrible. Terribly embarrassing is what that is. Like a Jackson Pollock. It's really weird as well because it feels kind of slimy at first. And you're like, oh. I think it's because it's cold. And it's not just water. So it has a kind of slimy feel when you put your hand on your paper towel. It's like, ugh, gross. It's gross. You don't mind that part. Plenty of experience with that, huh? I'm so terrible. Oh, well, it's just as well that I'm still working on him, Pat. Yeah, sure you weren't Ladande. I know you. I see you, Ladande. I'm working on it, Pat, though. I'm going to make the horns less yellow. I'm going to add some brown. I'm decent. Yeah, right. Yep, and I am definitely the Queen of England. More pearlescent with sparkles. Oh, I just... See, you're asking a bit much there, I think. Pearlescent with sparkles. I don't know what I've got for that. I could maybe do some Motherlode. That might do it. It's kind of pearly and sparkly. It's called Uniwag. Uniwag. Just because I sculpted Uniwag does not mean that I have the right kind of paint around to make that effect. I mean, what do you think I am? A genius master painter? Master painter. It's like being a master builder. A Lego master builder, only with a paintbrush. Got some more texture. What? I haven't ruined it. I haven't added runes. Prepare bait. No, I don't get it. I'm confused now. You've lost me. You've lost me now. Ladande's enjoying it too much. Stop enjoying it, Ladande. You're not allowed to. No. Oh, yes. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Shut up, Ladande. God, you guys are horrible to me. Yeah, it did. I'm normally quicker than that. I don't know why. I don't know why it took me so long. That was a bit too roundabout for my autistic brain, I think. I prefer the more direct ones. I can still see it, Ladande. I can still see that. Also, definitely denying that one. That's not being on the allowed list. Nope. Ain't nobody witnessing that one. Can't believe how long it took me to get that. God, I can't believe I had to have that explained to me. I'm too tired. Way too tired for this. And this is a family-friendly stream, guys. Stop it. Behave. It's true. I never did say which family. I'm not sure what that says about me. I'm somewhat insulted by that one. Can't believe you think I'm a member of the Addams family. Thanks, zombie. You do know that our American friends don't know what that is. Right, zombie? I'm guessing they don't, anyway. That's true. Yeah, probably. Yeah, pretty much. Sort of. See, zombies just brought the tone down. That's all that's happened here. I'm only teasing. I'm good at that. Some pure brown again because I've run out. Whew. I'm just getting that over these skulls. Hey MMK, how you doing? Our Oni is looking pretty good. I completely forgot to take pictures after last week. Brain. I've been so busy playing with the 3D printer. That's what's been going on. You know how it is. You get a new toy, get distracted, buy a new toy. But there are a lot of quite niche options for miniatures when you have the power of 3D printing. So that's always fun. I'm loving it. I've been printing off a bunch of things, trying to get some practice in supporting my models correctly and things like that. It's quite the skill set. I do have some examples. Let me just get this brown on. And I also did pick up a couple more minis recently for Saturday streaming, which I will show you in a moment. because the problem I was having is running out of female minis. But here's my 3D printing stuff. So I've been printing owlbears. I've actually painted one as well. So this is the painted owlbear. These guys are adorable. So there's 3 of them. So we have the yawning owlbear, the sniffing owlbear, and the middle one is the stumbling owlbear. They're all owlbear cubs. They're quite big. But I don't know, that's alright. So I'm probably going to paint this one next. I've been waiting for this guy to dry out properly before I could spray him. He kept leaking water because he's hollow, so he's got holes in him. Saves on resin. But yeah, owlbear cubs. And I did an ancient beholder. They take about 20 minutes in bright sunshine to cure, and then you can prime them and paint them. The drying issue is if you end up... So this guy's he's still leaking bits of cleaning fluid and water, so it's made him sticky. But the top isn't, because it's not covered in gunk, basically. But yeah, they don't take very long to dry. I'm going to set up a curing station so that I can dry them in the house. That might be about an hour at most to set the resin. But yeah, this guy, so the resin's still a little flexible. You can tell he's not fully set. All the slimy parts. So I use floor cleaner to clean my resin, because it actually breaks down the resin pretty well, the excess resin, so it just sort of plumes off. But because it's neat, it leaves like a sticky texture if you don't rinse it off well. And in the case of them being hollow, they kind of fill with the floor cleaner and then don't drain properly every time. So then they kind of just leak floor cleaner. So I need to give him another good rinse. Yeah. I've got... What have I got? I think stuff in America is stuff like Simple Green, Mean Green, just basically cleaning fluids. That kind of stuff. You know, whatever you would use for just... Yeah, a degreasing kind of cleaner. I mean, you know, most of our cleaners are kind of degreasers anyway, because... Yeah, mine's a hard floor cleaner, so... But yeah, I've printed out a couple of bases, so sci-fi bases. Soylent Green is not a good option. No, Soylent Green is definitely not a good option. And then I have some Knolls that I've been practicing with. And then I've Raygun Raptor for all the comedy. Choop, choop, choop. Because that's what the noise that lasers make. Where's my other? Oh, he's there. But yeah, stuff like that. It actually very detailed. I mean, really detailed. So the arrows were all printed in him. Hang on, let me just refocus it. All of his teeth were printed. In fact, he was entirely printed pretty much as is. Down to the scars, you can see all the wrinkles. So you can see the wrinkles along the back. So they get really detailed. They are as detailed as hand sculpted, hand cast miniatures, if not more so. It's like, there are some that I've encountered that would not be this detailed. This is, you know, this level they'd have to be cast in metal or resin. You definitely wouldn't get this in plastic. You know, I mean, I've got a little mimic book, which is quite tiny. Yeah, it's got all the broken stones in the floor, all of his teeth, even the string tying the book closed has all the twisting. Hey, Canadian Gecko. Yeah, this guy's cool. I'm looking forward to painting him. He comes with a base. So he's a 2-part print. He does have a couple of fails. I'm going to have to take some eye stalks off, but yeah, his base has got skulls on it. But yeah, the level of detail out of them is amazing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to set up, Pat. It's just trying to get something set up, so yeah. The arrows are very visceral, but I've also printed out a little undead cat. This is Stitches, who is a cat familiar on a jack-o'-lantern. And he is super tiny. Hang on, let me see if I can get... Do I have something I can use as a wash? I mean, I probably shouldn't because he's not fully cured. This guy's a bit more cured. Halloween theme. Yeah, a little bit. So if I just do that. It's not going to be dark enough. But you can actually see on his face the level of detail. So the mouth's been sculpted out. You can even see the stitches on his head. He's got a torn ear. But yeah, the detail's really good on these little guys. And he's tiny. I mean, he's a little familiar. Absolutely minuscule. He's going to be a fun quest to paint. I mean, especially versus the owlbears. I mean, look at the size of him. So tiny. Hey, Brubaker. But yeah, I saw the little cats and I had to get one. I had to get it. It was like $3 to buy the print. So I've printed 2 now. Two little undead cats. And 3 little owlbears. And this thing. They are from Printed Obsession. I did 3D print them, and they're from Printed Obsession. I think you can get them on my mini market. Hang on. Not a lot. Not much at all. They're fairly cheap to print. It's the time that they take. So let me see. This null, I think, took about 3.5 hours to print. But he was maybe like 20p of worth of resin. Maybe a bit more than that. Because his pose and whatnot is not agreeable for him being, what's the word? Hollowed out. So he's solid. But yeah, the amount of money is not that much. I think the beholder, so this entire thing and his base, it reckoned about £1.26 to print him and his base. But he took like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. So, yeah. They don't cost that much to print. I'm not sure how accurate its estimate is, but yeah. I don't know how accurate the estimate is, but it's not that much. It's like less than $1 a mini to print them in terms of materials. But I mean, you know, when you pay for Hero Forge minis, you're paying for them to spend time to actually print it. Like I say, a standard human-sized mini takes about 3 to 3.5 hours to print, which is quite a lot of time. You know, you're paying for their time as much as anything, I think, with that. But at the same time, I do look at it and think that's quite a rip-off. Yes, yeah, they're all from the White Werewolf Tavern. And then Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fuel! This guy's cute. I like him. Look at them rabbit faces. I love you guys. I can read your minds and I'm going to give you wonderful information. Without the evil laugh. That's just me. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can set it running and just leave it to print. You can't do anything till it's done printing. I mean, you can pause it and add more resin if you're running out of resin, but that's about it. Yeah, plus time to airbrush on the primer. And take the supports off. That takes time. I'm getting faster at that. But, you know, it takes quite a bit of time to clean up. So this had supports all along the bottom. You can see all these little dots. These were all supports that I had to clean off. Hang on, I still have supports around. So they come out on something like this. I think this one was for the beholder. So he'd be sat in, I don't know, like that somehow. And I'd have to separate him from the supports. Maybe it's the other way around. Because he was definitely down. But yeah, that kind of thing. And it takes a while to do, to separate them out. But yeah, I know obviously this eats up some resin. Hey Bone Shooter, how you doing? We're talking about 3D printing. But yeah. The supports can be a bit of a mare to come off, depending on the mini. Beep beep.